And now, South Korean President Yoon has delivered an historic address to U.S. Congress. He received a warm welcome by bipartisan lawmakers in the chamber. The speech also marks the 70th anniversary of the U.S.-South Korean alliance. Yoon's address urged Congress to stand united with Seoul in the face of North Korea's aggression. Our reporter Carl Nassman was watching.
A historic speech to a packed bipartisan chamber.
And open a new era of the alliance.
It's the first speech by a South Korean president to Congress in over a decade, at a time of heightened tensions with its northern neighbor. Yoon emphasized the U.S. alliance and deeply criticized North Korea, but said he's still open to talks.
My government will respond firmly to provocations, but at the same time, we will keep the door open for dialogue on North Korea's denuclearization.
Congressman Mike Lawler, who visited South Korea this month, says the U.S. needs to take any security threat seriously.
We need to continue to have peace through strength. And the only way to do that is to have these strong alliances. And yes, they continue to provocate, but if we are going to fully deter, there needs to be stronger economic ties and military ties in the region.
Signs of those historic ties still visible in the U.S. Capitol. Yoon paid tribute to Korean War veterans and thanked the U.S. for its support over their 70-year partnership. South Korea and the U.S. formed their alliance in the aftermath of World War II. In 1950, the two sides fought together, fending off attacks from the north. Tens of thousands of Americans died in the Korean War, and many more Koreans. In Yoon's speech, he thanked the U.S., saying he knows that no matter what, the U.S. stands with Korea. Yoon also touched on deepening cultural ties with the U.S. Netflix, which produced Squid Games, has announced a multi-billion-dollar investment in South Korean productions. But the speech comes in the wake of intelligence leaks showing the U.S. spying on its ally and questions about America's commitment to Korean security. The U.S. has rolled out the red carpet in an effort to reassure the Koreans. And President Biden gave a stark warning to Kim Jong-un.
A nuclear attack by North Korea against the United States or its allies or partisans or partners is unacceptable and will result in the end of whatever regime were to take such an action.
Biden also announcing a new agreement giving more access to shared intelligence while keeping South Korea from developing its own nuclear arsenal. The U.S. will also send a nuclear-armed submarine to South Korea, a move China quickly condemned as a potential threat to the region. But the U.S. is looking to shore up its allies in the region to counter growing Chinese influence.
Our message to both North Korea and China is we'd like to maintain the status quo. We, the United States, are not looking for confrontation, but what we are looking for is a reduction in the aggressiveness that we see out of North Korea, a reduction in the aggressiveness that we see out of the PRC, and let's find ways to work together.
A long, long time ago.
Yoon's 6-day trip is wrapping up soon, and he'll be leaving on a high note.
Music used to make me smile.
Around the world and across the UK, this is BBC News.